It's mealtime. You're looking in the fridge and then it hits you. You're hungry, but nothing sounds good. Whew, I've been there and I feel your frustration. In this video, I will tell you exactly how to handle this situation so the next time it happens to you, you will have an exact roadmap to follow. No more frustration, no more guessing. Stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna share one of my favorite go-to meals for when nothing sounds good. P.S. It takes about all of 2 minutes to make and it requires no cooking. Before we dive in, be sure to hit the like button on this video to spread some positive vibes for this intuitive eating community. So the first question here is, should you eat when you are hungry but nothing sounds good? And my answer is usually yes. Our bodies need consistent, adequate energy in order to function optimally and to prevent overeating in the future. I always talk about something called the hunger scale, which I have a whole video explaining what that is and how to use it. And it's super important to prevent extremes of the hunger scale. So extreme hunger or extreme fullness, because that just doesn't really feel good when either of those happen, right? Now, when we do experience that more extreme side of the hunger scale, that feeling of hanger, where you are so hungry that you actually get angry, we're setting ourselves up to overeat and, again, not feel so great in the future. And if we skip meals, that's usually what's gonna happen. So while it might be tempting to just say screw it and skip a meal, it is usually a good idea to at least have something. This is using something called practical hunger, deciding to do what's best for your body. Now that we've determined that yes, it is usually a good idea to have something to eat when you're hungry, but nothing necessarily sounds good, the question is, what will that be? If you are totally impartial to what you eat, like literally nothing sounds good, I suggest trying to put together something that will give your body carbs, fat, and protein. So instead of, say, having a slice of toast, maybe you throw on it a scrambled egg with some cheese. Or instead of having a Greek yogurt, you throw in maybe some cereal for carb, maybe a little peanut butter. Now, this combo will give your body the nutrition that it needs and prevent feeling hungry soon after eating. Essentially, this is using some of what I call gentle nutrition. If you are a regular around here or on Instagram, you know gentle nutrition is my jam. And yes, I'm an intuitive eating non-diet dietitian, and I love nutrition and helping others get to a place where nutrition is easy, not obsessive, and fun. That's exactly what we do here on this channel and in my membership community, the Society. The inclusion of those 3 macronutrients, the carbs, fat, and protein, is usually a good starting point for gentle nutrition at mealtime. Then you can build on it from there, like adding color or fiber, whole grains, and even specific micronutrients depending on your specific needs. But for now, let's just focus on carbs, fat, and protein, okay? If something does sound good, but you don't have it on hand, ask yourself, could I easily go get it? If so, then feel free to go do that. But if not, sometimes we just have to be okay with foods that aren't exactly what we're wanting in the moment. Like if you are craving mac and cheese, but you have none in the house. Or when we're out to eat, or we're being served food without being able to choose, like maybe you're staying with a friend. One very, very big misconception with intuitive eating is that every meal should be exactly what you're wanting, that every meal should be mind-blowingly delicious and oh so satisfying. But that's just not true. If we set ourselves up to have every eating experience be the best ever, you're setting yourself up for failure. As an intuitive eater, it's important to understand that sometimes we need to fuel our bodies solely for the purpose of giving them energy, okay? Get rid of the mentality that food needs to be quote unquote worth it for the calories, and if you're not enjoying it, then you shouldn't eat it. Ugh, that is so wrong, and not to mention will likely end up making you eat past fullness later on, and that's not comfortable. Sometimes you just need to give your body that fuel and to eat something even if nothing sounds good to eat. If you are really struggling with this, you could try something like a smoothie or a protein shake. Sometimes that can be easier than drinking than chewing a solid food when nothing sounds good. You have got to try my birthday cake protein shake recipe. It is one of the most popular that I have, and it is so creamy and so delicious, it actually tastes like a milkshake, like even that consistency. And it's so nourishing. It hits carbs, fat, and protein. Okay, so let's say that you've eaten your meal, but you're still feeling meh. Your tummy is feeling more full than before, but you're still not super satisfied. Like you're still feeling like you're missing something to hit the spot, right? What you do here is going to depend on a couple things. Ask yourself, do you know what would hit the spot? And two, are you still feeling like nothing sounds good, but you're just wanting that satisfying feeling after a mind-blowing meal? Sometimes after eating, we might realize now what will satisfy us. And if that's you ate your meal and you now have a clear idea of what does sound good, then allow yourself to go get some of that, right? If it won't make you feel super full and uncomfortable, still pay attention to that. You can always have it later. If you still don't know, then that's okay. What I would recommend in this instance is to not just blatantly search in the pantry for something that might do it, but might not. This is likely just gonna leave you feeling overly stuffed, right? Mentally and physically uncomfortable. Remember, not every meal has to be a 10 out of 10. And sometimes that can take some getting used to in the beginning when you've previously only let yourself eat foods that you feel like are quote unquote worth it, right? Sometimes you just gotta chalk the meal up to practical hunger or a practical snack and move on. One thing that I tell members of the society frequently as they're learning to become intuitive eaters is to use an affirmation such as, I have so many more chances to have an amazing meal in my life. And that's okay. Today wasn't fabulous. That's fine. I'll move on from this rather than stew on it and overthink it. Instead, think my body has energy now, and that is great. This can help put you in the right mindset to get on with your day. Okay, now I want to share with you one of my go-to meals for when nothing sounds good. A jam-packed yogurt bowl. In mine, I like to add yogurt, berries, cereal, and peanut butter. This gives me protein, fat, carbs, and fiber to help keep me full. The color is going to add a micronutrient punch in there. To add some satisfaction, you can add toppings you like depending on the day. Sometimes I will add coconut flakes, and sometimes I like to add sprinkles if I'm just looking for some enjoyment and some fun. Jot down that idea, it's amazing. Do you have any go-to meals that you can count on when nothing sounds good to eat? So there you have it, gorgeous. What to do if you are hungry and nothing sounds good to eat. So here's a quick recap. 1, know that you still need to eat likely, even if nothing sounds good, nothing sounds mind-blowingly delicious. Try drinking a smoothie or shake if eating a solid food sounds difficult. And remind yourself that you have so many more chances in your life to have a delicious, mind-blowing meal. That is the joy of being an intuitive eater and not being on a diet. I hope this video was helpful for you and giving you a little bit of clarity on what to do when nothing sounds good. I will see you again next week with another video about all things intuitive eating. Be sure to take a second to give this video a like and a comment if you found it helpful, and share it with someone who you think might also like it. All right, guys, I will see you next week with another video.